Go data center. Kind of makes sense. So, if we want to look at the unified fabric, that unified fabric is the switching infrastructure. Go here to products. The Nexus 7000 series switches. Now I got this worked out, we can actually look at them in the 3D modules. This is one of the newest versions of this. It's a 9-slot. And it's designed to specifically replace a Catalyst 6500. It's got the exact same size of that. So it's a 9-slot, 7009. I like these little feature things. If we want to look at the fabric modules, each one of these has up to 5 fabric modules. And each fabric module, the 5 fabric modules, give 110 gigabit of connectivity between all the blades. So it's a big matrix, a wiring matrix. If you have one of these, you have the capability of running 110 gig of throughput, connecting all the different modules. If I put 2 in there, I have 2 times that. So I have 220. If I put 3, I have 330. If I put 4, I have 440. If I put 5, I have 550. If one of these individual modules fail, I just lose 110. I keep everything else going. So this is the interconnect between all the modules on the box, all the line cards, what we call line cards. Again, we'll have different line cards in here, different supervisors. Again, here's a M2 24 port 10 gigabit card that has, you know, IPv6 support and up to 1 million routes and all this, that, and the other. Again, the M cards face outward, the F cards face inward, downstairs. So if you think about where these boxes sit at the top of a data center, I'll route out with M cards. They're designed with routing capabilities, BGP, OSPF, whatever routing protocol you want to do. And the F cards are fabric cards. Fast throughput, not as rich feature set as far as routing tables go. So that's that's in essence the same cards everywhere. So the 18 slot, or I think this is the 10 slot I clicked on. There's a 10 slot. Again, it's got a little different form factor, larger chassis, and again, if we want to look at the fabric modules, I just clicked on that. I'll click on it again, and again, and again, and again. Well, that's not working. It's kind of locked up. Let's try it again. Let's see if that app loads a little bit better this time. I don't like that spinning wheel. Ah, there we go. Notice these fabric modules are on the back. So you can't use the ones on a 9 to go into 10. It's going to be a different product, it'll be a different line. And again, they give you up to 110 connectivity for all the 10 modules. Get a reset. They had an F module, I thought, in there. I don't see it. And then we have, of course, the 18, which is the big horse. Which looks like that. Again, the same features, functionality, just a larger size of these things. Probably cost a little bit more, I would imagine. I'm not going to buy one of these. So, again, this is the 7K, the larger switches. The 5K switch, I think we have, in the data sheets, we might have a video data sheet. They used to have a 3D model of these. Where was it? Ah, here we go. Here's what the 5000 looks like. Again, it's got Nexus OS. It has ports that you can put in and out, modules you can put in and out, depending on what you want to do. It could be traditional fiber channel, it could be 10 gigabit Ethernet, whatever else you'd want to do. And again, this would be the supervisor for the 2200s. The fabric extenders. There's the fabric extenders here. This is a 2248T, so it's for gigabit Ethernet. 48 gigabit Ethernet ports. Whee! So, if you want 10 gigabit, you can get the 32 10 gigabit fabric extender. And again, you can have a mix mash of each one that you want that will be managed by the 5000. The 1000, look at that. They don't have a 3D model of that. That's a box. That's the software. That's what you get. But you load it, right? Just think about this. So now your switch ports. Now, if I have this, these are switch ports, right? It's like taking 4 switch ports on this board and putting it in software and loading it on a server. Where's the supervisor? Where's the supervisor of this? Yeah, it's called the 1010. Cisco has the Nexus 1010, which is actually a device that actually manages up to 64 of these. And it's the supervisor. And it's like iOS. You do all your configurations like iOS. So this is like a 4-port switch that you put inside of that. And you can have, I think you can have 128 virtual interfaces on it. So you can have quite a few virtual interfaces on each one of these. So it's also used for security purposes and a lot of other things that we do in a data center. Unified computing. The B series. These will look probably better than my drawings. So here's the 5108 chassis that we've got here. They've only put one of the 6200s on top of it. This is one of the 6296 it looks like. So if we want to look at the blades, again, there's the nomenclature here is, so first of all, it's going to say UCS-B, it means it's a blade server. The 2 means how many sockets you have. The 2 means how many sockets. And then the other numbers will, if it's a 200, it's probably just a basic server. If it's a 220 or 230, it might have more memory or more hard drive space or whatever it is. If it's a 250, I obviously clicked on something. Here's your interconnects, your VICs, what they call, it's the new NIC cards, virtualized NIC cards. So that's a 200. Let's look at a, how many sockets do you think's on a 400? 4, yeah. 4 sockets. And this will probably have 4 sockets, each with 8 cores on it. And it's going to be full wide. It's going to be full wide of this. There it is. And again, there's the So you get up to 32 cores and 48 DIMM slots in this. So That's the B series, the blade servers. If we want to look at the Rackmount servers, again, it's going to have the C series. So UCS 460M1, I would think this would be a standalone server with four sockets and a lot of memory technology in it. Internal view. Yeah, it's got 4 Xeon processors. Each processor has their 8 cores. We have all these different things. So again, depending, the numbering scheme kind of works for me. If I can figure it out, you guys probably can after you've seen it a couple times. I will show you here's the extended memory technology. If you got the 250, probably going to have the extended memory technology, the Cisco ASICs that expand the memory on the server. Let's look at the internal view here. Yeah. So in essence, we have so many more sockets, more memory plugs using our ASICs. So, and again, you can use smaller memory, which might be cheaper over the life of it. Let's see. The fabric extenders, or fabric interconnects, I'm sorry. That's what these are. I'd be surprised if it didn't load this on top. Yeah. I do want to look at they got the 2204s. So. This is the connections in and out of this box. This is where all your cabling will be. This is the only cables you'll have. You'll have 8 cables that go 8 10 gigabit cables out of this up to your 6200. That's all the cabling you'll have. Simplified cabling. In our, what they call unified fabric. Vblock, we talked about Vblock. Here's a 3D view of the Vblock. So, yeah, it's got all of it in it. Yeah, you have the 300, the 700. I don't even. Yeah. It's. I don't know. Has anybody sold a Vblock? Can give us a price?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it ranges?
Really? Wow. Yeah. The most part, yeah. They're proud of those disk drives, aren't they? And they ain't nothing but disk drives. That's the whole thing. But they've been tested. They've rode on them, so they're actually used. But again, this is a combination of all, Cisco and them. Again, there's the 300 system. There's the 700 system that are on here that you can look at the demo of the 3D.
Just to be walking the flex pods over there, there's SANs that they're partnered with.
Yeah, it depends on what storage you want, right?
I mean, is there any other besides those two?
No, not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. That's the only 2 qualified solutions that they have in there. But it depends on if you want NetApp or yeah, or EMC. We can remove the doors here. That's kind of cool. Wow. So again, it's got the Cisco UCS, some Cisco switches, and a whole bunch of storage. So, Let's see what else we got. Go back to.
The Cisco sales team, guys, do you guys get credit if a Vblock is sold to the Cisco component of it?
Yes. Yes, Cisco gets the Cisco component. I think sometimes they have to, I mean, it's hard to make sure when that's coming into you. I think that's the big, people love selling them, but they try to, it's hard figuring out when you're actually going to get paid on it. So that's what I've heard. I've got somebody who, and again, the management software piece of this is, again, it's hard to say, bad to say, but it's one of our actual strengths in this. UCS Manager, a lot of software here. And again, this is something where we're not the lead, we're subservient.